Where the laugh is funnier than the joke itself.
What flavor do you think this is?
I'm not very good.
You gotta pull it. It's a Pez. Have you not played with Pez before?
Not in a long
I've
time.
got hundreds of these.
Wait, play?
Can I have one?
You're a Pez dispenser collector?
Okay, I don't play. Well, actually, some are interactive.
So I have a whole...
I have like 300 or 400 of them. I don't know, 500.
Oh my god. Can we pause?
No, go.
I have something for you, though.
Okay,
If you like Pez,
yeah.
this could be a
Anyone
good
want to
moment.
try this? Tell me what flavor you think this is. It's a new flavor. And they released it for Easter.
We'll do it as a
Did
short.
you get one?
I didn't get one.
You gotta get one. Well,
Yeah, pass it on.
pass it on.
We'll do it as a short.
Pass
I
it
have
around.
something. I have a gift for you if you like Pez.
Yeah.
I have a gift for you.
I've been collecting since the 90s. Yeah, isn't that weird?
Egg.
Egg?
Tastes like egg.
It does have an egg.
It tastes like egg.
All right, well, so get another one, and I'll tell you what it is. And then I'll tell
Are
you...
these laced?
Sean, we're like...
Yeah, they're CBD. CBD, yes. It's a group of letters that is illegal in some states.
What a horrible
All right,
way to start this
so-
podcast. A bunch of groups of letters and numbers.
Sugar cookie is the name of this flavor. So try it again. Try it again thinking sugar cookie.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
it does.
Isn't that weird?
It's a specific...
It's moving away from egg for me, but egg is still there.
Yeah.
It's like a really cheap,
Like you get
artificially
them
flavored sugar cookie.
like the Walgreens over there.
Yeah.
You get sugar cookies at the Walgreens?
Yeah, I
That's what
get
you're
them
gonna
all the time.
They're good.
Like 3 times a day.
But we're back for episode 2. Episode 2, season 2.
I have a whole podcast on that.
Where the laugh is funnier than the joke itself.
Who knew that would break Jacob?
He just said it right to my face, and we both know what's going on at that Walgreens over there.
It was the eye contact.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I go there 3 times a
That thing I
day.
never do.
Wait, what do you guys do? How you
Yeah.
been since we've
Yeah,
been
what have you
on?
been doing?
I've been surviving, mostly kind of thriving, but I did get back into acting.
Surviving
do you
mostly,
kinda survive?
kinda thriving. He rose from the bottom to the top at one sentence.
like Edward Shackleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Basically, what I've been up to is I've gotten back into acting after a 7-year hiatus. Then back in November, December last year, 2022, through the gracefulness of Angel Miller from the TED team, she got me back in through this program called Shots. And basically, they're plays written in a week, rehearsed in 2, performed one night only.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
And then after that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got it. I've loved. I found out I don't stutter on stage when I'm on in character. And then I did it. I auditioned for a show. It was like a play festival. I was in 2 of those. It was like 10-minute plays. I was in 2 of them, and one of them was just like a straight comedy. I was being a representing a writer's block by being like an ensemble cast member. So I was like the playwright's bartender, her father, her psychiatrist, her other psychiatrist, actors in her plays. It was great. And then the other one, I'm a...
Sounds exhausting.
That sounds like...
Oh no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Then the other one, this is the same performance. It's just a play festival. So another little, I guess, sketch, as you would say. I don't know. But like, I'm like a 81-year-old like Vietnam vet, and I'm
Like Lieutenant
catatonic.
Dan.
Thought I'd try out my sea legs.
Well, you ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Yes, I know that.
81-year-old Vietnam veteran. Okay, catatonic. So I have to stare at the audience. I can't react to anything at all. The hardest thing I've ever done.
Like Ferris Bueller, right? Just staring at the
Yeah.
camera. Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
Like that. Okay, the whole time. Like that. Okay, and like
And they like
then-
puncture you and you don't
then-
move.
no.
Okay.
so
Well,
like,
he's
so
catatonic,
then
so I mean,
it goes into the
could.
eight.
I don't know.
So then same character. I'm the title character, by the way, Sam.
It's like
I'm
Invictus.
Sam.
But like it goes to the 18th birthday when I'm about to be sent off to Vietnam, and then goes to the 8th birthday, and then the 1st birthday. Same character.
Okay.
It was a challenge, I will say that. So then recently, I just now did the Shots thing again. So then, the one I did just a few weeks ago, I had to be like the hardest role I've ever done. a not so nice husband. I will say that. So and the hard thing was I'm not a very angry person, but I had to be angry on stage.
You deaf? Go
You
get
don't
a
need to
beer.
throw at me. Come on, I just folded those.
You ain't listening. Too busy listening to your music. Quit being lazy. You are really starting to piss me off.
Wait, I didn't mean it.
You got real good here, Darlene. Let's remember that from acting like it, or there will be trouble for you again.
I didn't mean any of it, I swear. I won't go nowhere. I'll stay. Just calm down.
Shut up! Quit while you're ahead!
Did you pull from something?
I'm not gonna get into that.
The
I
guy
guess.
that cut you off or something like
Yeah,
that.
like or
Yeah, that guy.
or maybe Lieutenant Dan.
The guy like
'Cause you don't
rode
like
your
him.
No, I like
bumper
Lieutenant
because you
Dan.
want to go the speed
I like
limit and you're in the
Lieutenant
slow lane. Like,
Right.
That kind of ticks
Like
me
if you're
off.
anywhere on
Seriously,
Eastern
man.
Parkway,
Yeah, we're not gonna break the sound barrier, people.
Yeah.
It's a 35 mile per
yeah,
hour.
just drive. We
And
should
there's a
real-
lot of curves
It
and there's
should
no
really
shoulder.
all be bicycles
If you
on
go
this
over,
road.
your car's totaled, man.
Yeah.
They're
You're gonna hit one of
big
these
trees.
giant trees.
400-year-old trees, man.
So is that what you pulled from? The
Yeah.
Eastern Parkway trees?
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So like, but yeah. So basically, my thing is that I've gone back into acting, and it's the best thing I've ever done.
That's awesome, man.
It's
Yeah.
like
That's
it's
really
like
awesome.
I've like found like I feel like I found myself again.
Nice.
You know, like, and honestly, apparently I'm good at it. According to other people.
You're good at this too, by the way.
Well,
Yeah, and you got like lights coming off your back. which
Yeah,
I
and you
think is
got
really
you got
cool.
lights coming off your back, which is cool. I wish we're gonna need to get a shot. Like, if you guys can get a shot from like us this way, I think. Oh
Didn't we
no,
have
I mean
one?
like from the top of the table.
I know what you mean.
I mean the top of the table.
Yeah,
Yep.
like this could be a camera here.
Yeah, because we're gonna get that
Well, see,
hooked up.
See, here's the thing, Sean. That can't be a camera because that's a light.
Well, we could put a camera here
Wow.
next to the light.
So my turn.
He studied IT.
Yeah, let's
in
find out.
1992.
Let's find out what other Jacob has been up to.
Yeah, what have you been up
Yeah.
Besides laughing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be quite so eventful.
Without the Lieutenant Dan comment.
Well, see, anything's interesting when you bring in Lieutenant Dan.
But no, work a full-time job, travel places, meet people, and then I've inserted 3 films into, or 3 scripts into film competitions.
Yeah.
Really?
Nice.
That's awesome.
I've been reading them actually.
I've
They're
got-
really good.
I've got a first part of a 3-part Western movie, a mafia-style movie, and then a drama movie is the short way to describe it, without going into a 20-minute tangent.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
You should send them to me. Bridget will read them.
But so I
I didn't read
have
them.
those, and then I have probably about 5 on reserves. I want to say most are dramas. Again, the next part of the Western and all that.
Cool. Wow, productivity. I like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I should.
That's productive.
I need to
That's-
be more
You've been
on Jacob.
reading.
No, I've been
And
yeah,
learning.
and writing
and writing.
and
And
submitting. So
Yeah,
papers.
Look at us. All thriving.
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
yeah.
Speaking of writing,
ChatGPT. Was it like our first episode that we talked about sharks?
Yeah,
Was that our first?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't here for that.
Yeah. So
yeah, it was a lot different.
Yeah,
than
yeah. How do you remember that? Do
So
you remember that?
I think our first episode wasn't done in any sort of a space.
No, I called you on the phone.
Yeah,
Was that when we talked about sharks, or maybe second or third episode?
I don't remember all the details though.
Yeah,
of Shark
so one of our first episodes, I was like explaining. You talked about what was it? I can't remember who it was, but you were like Einstein. I think was like you can't measure a fish by how it climbs a tree. or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes. I know exactly what we're talking
Yeah.
about. It was it.
I don't know
yeah,
if that's
you can't
true.
no,
but
it's
I've heard it.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
You can't measure
I've
a
never
fish by how it
read
climbs
any
a
of his
tree.
work, so
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
But I was like, I always felt like dyslexic people are like kind of like great whites, right? We're out there and we're always getting the fresh meat. Like,
Yep.
We're always getting something that no one else is getting. Mm-hmm. And then I felt like the everyday education system was like nurse sharks. So nurse sharks are kind of skating the shore and they're like picking up sand and getting the protein out of the sand. They're a very important part of the ecosystem, but they're very different from great whites. Mm-hmm. And so I always felt like, in a way, like I was a great white, and when I went to school, I was being taught to eat like a nurse shark. You get the mouthful of sand, and you find the protein, and you spit out.
And you were
the
like,
sand.
I don't
And was
need to do it that way.
I'm choking on the sand.
Yeah.
Like I don't get why we're doing this.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense to me. So
But for
yeah, no.
you didn't really put a ton of effort into eating the sand, though, did you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just totally.
And I think that's
you fought it.
Yeah.
You were like, no, I'm not going to eat sand,
Yep.
and you're going to let me not eat sand.
Yeah.
You know, that was your
and I was just lucky, and we've talked about this because of my background. It made a huge difference having my mom in the system.
Had great support system, a mother in the education system.
If you don't have that, I think you do a lot more of and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but rebelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's totally why. That's
do,
why a lot of dyslexic people end up in jail.
Yeah.
Or drop out of school entirely.
Those are crazy numbers, and I haven't seen them in a long time, but we should post them. I'll get with you guys on it. We should post them going forward. But
I hope it's getting better in terms of, fewer dyslexic people going to prison
but
or dropping out of school.
It's insane how many of those people are completely ostracized because they're not eating the sand.
Right.
They're not just sniffing around in the sand.
Yeah, you're not giving them what they need to thrive.
And I'll just do a quick note on this, and then you can get back to what you're saying. But it's so rewarding in my current career path. How much is that's your job, is to be dyslexic. My job is to think of new things, to do different stuff, to help team members think different ways, and to do new things. Right? That's my entire job.
Yeah.
Right? And I travel around the country helping
figuring
people
out new ways of doing something.
of doing stuff,
and
because our company has never done it before.
Right. And you're like, wait, why don't we?
Yeah,
do this?
and I was like, why don't we do it this way? And my boss is really, really good at that as well. And I've actually never had I told him about our podcast, but he made fun of it. But
you think he's dyslexic?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, he's incredibly.
He's something, but he's not dyslexic.
He's very analytical. He's great. He's a. I'm not just saying this because we're on a podcast, but he's an incredible boss. He's a great guy, and he allows our team to venture out and think of new things without it being oh, that didn't work. That affects your performance. And it's that's not the way our team.
That's
works.
not the way you grow.
Yeah, that's
you
not the way you grow.
You have to figure out what doesn't
work. But that's
work
what it was like when I was growing up. My
works.
mom and my parents were great at that. They're just try something, because obviously poking around in the sand isn't.
Yeah, this ain't working.
What works for you? But anyway, sorry. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I was like, that was kind of a weird, way of explaining dyslexia. And so I was looking at ChatGPT, I was like, I wonder if, what would ChatGPT say about that? So I asked ChatGPT. Oh, God,
GPT. You're saying it right.
Can we just say
Chat?
Okay, so the next word that gets shortened is ChatGPT.
Just say chat.
Or just T.
Just T. Chat T.
Chatty.
The-
Chatty.
Chatty!
Boom.
It is chatty.
Done.
That's what you're doing. You're just talking with it.
Okay, so I was like,
Hashtag chatty.
chatty.
For real.
Dude, that's what
good.
dyslexic people do too.
Yeah,
They
hashtag
shorten
chatty.
words. I shorten things like crazy. That's just what I do. Okay, compare a dyslexic person to a shark. That's what I said. And it wrote some really cool things. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I'm dyslexic. But
I'm not a strong reader.
Some really cool stuff. Yeah, this is only a half-hour podcast. It wrote this in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So I'm going, huh?
What did you say?
I can't even read that fast. Stop. Yeah. So it was Chatty was well, that's kind of a weird thing, but there are some similarities. Adaptability. Both dyslexic individuals and sharks are highly adaptable.
Wow.
You can navigate through millions of years of survival in a wide range of environments. So dyslexic people are like that. They're very adaptable. I was like, that's pretty cool. And then it said perception, which I was like, what? They have difficulty perceiving written words. This was weird. While sharks are highly attuned to their surroundings and can sense prey through their electric signals and vibrations in the water. So I was like, that's where Chatty is a little weird. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, I know what Chatty's thinking. Chatty's thinking dyslexic people may not read right, read.
But they know what's going on.
I don't want to say right, but read the normal atypical human brain.
Yep.
But they can figure things out a different way, right? We learn differently. I see you do it, and I'm like, I know where it is.
Yep.
And I drive to a location, I know how to go there. But you okay?
Oh, good.
Take it this trip.
Jacob, how about, so I know we gave you all this room. How about you try just staying in one place?
You want me to get you a basketball?
Yeah.
Get back to the spot.
Do you need a slinky? Can we get you a slinky?
Maybe a tennis ball to bang against the wall?
The bouncy ball shot.
The bouncy balls.
There's a weight bench back there. Why don't you just start doing squats?
No, they'll make more noise, actually. To all his grunting. "Hua! Hua!" Just don't.
Sharks.
Yep.
Sharks, yeah, like sharks.
Chatty said resilience, which I totally agree. They face obstacles, dyslexic people, and setbacks, but they are highly resilient. And sharks have survived multiple extinction events, so they're very resilient.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to hear more detail on
Read about
that.
science. You read your science book. Yeah, sharks have been around for a while.
Hold on, everybody.
What?
You read about science. That was a real broad, that was an incredibly broad statement.
Yeah, no.
You read about science.
I'll read anything.
I understand. I'm just saying you're.
Oh, maybe I didn't phrase it right.
I thought he straight up told you to read a science book.
No, I did. Yeah, read a science book.
No, he told me to read about science. He told me the broadest thing that I could
science?
possibly do is to read about science.
Yeah, read a science book. Sharks are some of the oldest creatures we have on this planet.
Dyslexics are pretty old, probably.
Yeah, of course. Misconceptions. Both dyslexic. I like this one the best. Dyslexic people face misconceptions and stereotypes like sharks. Sharks are totally stereotyped as like
Dude,
these
that's crazy
killers. You can't trust them.
It took it to
that level.
Yeah. What would you call that? What's that? Because I was going to say like an
they're
emotional or like a
bias.
a bias
bias.
level.
A built-in genetic bias.
Well, what they said is interesting about Chatty is that because all the data it pulls is from the internet, and because the internet is inherently biased, because the people that put information in the internet is biased, it is also becoming biased. So it's fascinating that it put that piece in there.
Yep. Or at least it realizes that there is a bias.
Because and I wonder if it does, because like the people that...
Well, it said it was a misconception.
Did you ask anything about sharks before that?
No.
Okay.
I did it cold,
curious, because
on
the more you
purpose.
use Chatty, and you use it in a certain
even you as
sequence.
an individual, it'll change it?
Oh, yeah.
So,
It learns who you are, what you like.
For scripting and all that, and it would tell me what it is, and if I change something, it'll change it. But then the more I do something and use something repetitively, it'll take that into consideration of what I've already used.
Kind of like a Google browser.
Okay. So that's why I was asking if you already asked about sharks and certain type of stuff. Did it already take information?
Yeah, I did that on purpose. Yeah, I was like, this is cold. So Chatty came up with really good stuff here.
Yeah, I would think that for people in a dyslexic position that Chatty could be a helpful piece.
Yeah,
but
I think so.
They're gonna be dyslexic people to be way more creative with it than anybody else is. Like I shared my example on another episode about I just quickly within a call made an improvement to a process using it. And I don't think that anybody else I don't think anybody else on our team would think to use it. Right? Be like, oh well, processing is my skill set for sure. But putting it into a written piece is not my skill set. So why don't I just take my idea, throw it in here, and it's gonna make it different.
Yeah.
Right? I've created some pretty important processes based on Chatty. Edited. I send it to a person on our team that is an editor, right? And they edit it to make it, make sense and clean and stuff like that. And it becomes a process. So it's exciting for people in our position where we're outside of that linear education piece and we've been seen as different. To those people that are really, really good at doing what Chatty's good at doing, it's exciting for people like us because now we can just send it off.
Yeah. So for me, Chatty kind of explains things so rudimentary.
Yep.
That it's helpful for me because I don't want to do that. I don't want to explain that, that whole underlying system because I figured let me just go to the point. Mm-hmm. You've got this and here it is. But Chatty will fill in the blanks. And you edit it, and that's been helpful.
Yeah.
But it also is very repetitive. It's Christy's it's not that good of a writer. But it gives you something to think about. Chatty's really going off about why you should push the red button. Right. I just skip the red button.
Yeah.
Maybe I should talk about the red button.
Starting point for things.
Yeah.
Well, it includes pieces that you don't think that you should include.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a very process-oriented thing.
And if you're
make sure you open the door to get out of the building. right? Chatty makes sure that that's there in the process.
Yeah, it reminds you. It's like, oh yeah.
I guess you do have to
write
think
for
about that
someone
technically.
who's not dyslexic.
Yep.
So.
And quickly, I'll bring up. It'll be interesting. So we talked about.
Oh, you're
way
behind
last
the
time.
light. Can you move from behind the light?
Yeah, I can't see your face.
I've been telling him. I've been telling him.
We don't have time. Way last time we talked about writing a book for dyslexics. It'll be interesting to see if we told ChatGPT to write a book for dyslexics and ask it what chapters would it cover. What would it cover compared to what we think it should cover? So I think that would be a nice.
That'd be great. I think that's great.
Have you worked with DALL-E at all? DALL-E draws pictures. You like type in a sentence and it draws a picture.
Have you done anything with Bard?
No.
Bard's the.
Does it draw too?
Google one.
What if our book is just all AI?
Yeah.
So DALL-E, like, this was interesting.
But real quick, Bard's one of them.
I think we talked about this off camera, right? Where we were like,
Jacob,
draw
just
a
get
logo
out of the
for
light.
this.
Just stand
word.
next to
I know,
Lucas.
I'm getting blinded. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, but it like
Stay
draws
around
what's
standing.
obvious.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, okay, so that's obvious, so I can't do that. The way I used to do it is I would Google it.
Right.
I'd be like, idea, and you're going to get light bulb.
Right.
So, like, I can't do light bulb.
Everybody's, yeah.
That's what it is. Or farmer's market, and you see, like, a farmer with a pitchfork. Or a tractor. And you're like, I can't do that. So I got to figure out another way to do it.
We're
right?
trying to be something different than American Gothic.
So DALL-E is helping us. Like, DALL-E is doing that for us. It's designing, you could say, DALL-E, draw a logo for this. And you're like,
that's where that
that's
comes
the
from.
obvious.
Okay.
Right.
So maybe we'll take our Dyslexics
Untied
logo.
pod. Let's have DALL-E design our logo.
Yeah. That's a great way to end.
Yeah.
Well-
Okay. Oh, that'll be fun. Can we do that? And can you post that, Lucas?
Yeah. And then can you
we
cut...
asked DALL-E to create a new logo, and then
we'll,
we can make
we'll
that
cut
our flag.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
I like that.
Anyway.
We need a flag.
Well, we're happy to be back. We're going to have a flag. Chatty might help us with said flag, or Dolly.
He did.
Anyway, thanks, everybody. We're happy to be back, and see you next time.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another episode of Dyslexics Untied. New episodes every Saturday wherever you get your podcasts. Also, catch us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.